Okay, I'm going to put an otter shed in here. To get these little streams like this, if there's any big ponds, lakes, or flows on the upper end of these little streams, don't bypass them for an otter. You can put a set in just about the week of the freeze up. Because all those otters will be migrating, they're coming downstream. Don't sell these little streams short. If there's any kind of watershed on the upper end, you think there's otter on it, you know there's a family otter, make sure you got a couple conifers set in these streams. This is a little choke area. I really don't have to do any work on this at all. And I like to keep it as simple as possible. All I carry with me is a conifer. I usually try to set these at home. Speeds up the setting a little bit. I just set the triggers dead center. Pull the jaws all the way up. This one here, this set right here is good for about 1 otter a year. And I usually get one just upstream from it. I usually get a pair here a year, the week of the freeze. That's when you make your otter catches. Simple as that. Take this stick, run it through the chain here. Run it back through the eyes of the springs. Simple as that. We drop it right in there. Don't go all the way in. We can even set it on a 45. Up to the 45. Just a little bit shallower now than it usually is. I see. That's it. Put a piece of wire on that ring there. If you can get out 50, 60 of these the week before the big freeze comes, you're going to have some otter money. But do your research, pick all these small streams, look on the maps and see what kind of watershed are upstream. If they don't come out of anything, you're not going to catch any otter on them. I mean, big flows or ponds or beaver colonies or whatever. Don't take much here to hold him. If he pulls that stick loose, he ain't going nowhere with it. Might go down the creek 5 foot, that's about all. You don't have to brace it in any other way except what I got right here. As good as it gets. Keep it simple. Not only do you want a lure that's attracted to an animal, you want a lure that's lasting. And you want to know the limitations of every lure you use, or every bait. This is very, very important. Most all lures will smell good when you attract the cap. And smell of it. Of course, lures are made more to attract trappers than they are animals, I believe. But no matter how good a lure smells, it doesn't mean it's going to smell that way tomorrow or next week or even a month from now. A good lure will last you up for 2-3 weeks sometimes, depending on the weather elements, depending on what the lure is and what's in it. But test your lures out well before season. Pick sandbars. The old government testers, they used to pick sand flats and they rake them all up and put a stick with a lure on it out there in the middle and then see what kind of tracks. And it doesn't matter how many tracks you get there. I mean, you'll get coon tracks or something most around any kind of lure you put out. It's a reaction. You want to see a reaction with that lure. You want to see where the animal ran away with a stick or he laid down and rolled on it or whatever he done. You want to see some reaction. Then you know what your lure will do. And you'll also know how long it lasts. And you really got to know the limitations of your lure before you can get the full benefit out of it. And not all lures are created equal. I'm not saying mine is any better than anybody else's. That would be a stupid statement to make. But I'm telling you, buy your lures in the late summer, test them out, let the animals tell you how good they are. Don't ask the lure buyer, lure dealer, every one of them is going to tell you he's got the best. That's a damn lie because I have. But all kidding aside, they can test them out. Don't be afraid to use a few ounces. Let the animal tell you how good it is and what the limitations are. Now, if I was testing the lure for coon or beaver or an otter or mink, I pick mud banks like along the stream here. For the foxes or coyotes, I pick big old sand flats where you could get some reaction. So I just take to clean these leaves off them here. Actually, this is during trapping season now, because we don't have these leaves on here to stay along in August or September. That would be a pretty smooth thing. We'll wash it down. Let's say we want to try a coon lure. Well, we got a lure here somewhere. There. Yeah, this is a little bad mousing. That's all right. That's Attractant the same thing. Take a good screw and put it in there. Twist it out. Stick it right there in the middle of the bite. Stick it down in there. Take a little something there. Wait for your tracks to come. Let the animal tell you how good it is. It's the easiest way there is to test lure. Pretty simple, but make sure you're going to do it. Never get carried away with buying too many lures and trying to test too many lures at a time. Pick out a couple that you're really interested in and test them. Put one here, put another one there. Don't get carried away with carrying a whole damn bag of 25 or 30 different lures and trying to keep count of what you're using. Use two lures, regardless of what you're trapping. One goes in this pocket, one goes in the other pocket. Work with 1 ounce bottles. They're easy to work with. When you open up a bottle, you take the cap, you hold it in your hand, you get your lure out, put the cap back on. You don't have to lay it down on the ground because you can't handle a jar, because of a 16-ounce jar or something, mess yourself all up. One lure goes here, one goes there. If you're putting in 2 sets, the set on your right gets this one, the set on the left gets this one. You keep it straight in your head. You don't have to carry a notebook around to see what you're catching with. And don't go with a half a dozen different lures. Work with 2 at a time. Then you know what you're catching and what you're not. What you're catching really, what you're not.